Good morning, everyone. Trust that you are all well. Lovely to see you. So today's learning is dedicated, as we do every day, in memory of all those whose yortzeit falls today, as well as all those as a schus for all those that are unwell in our kahila, in our community and beyond. Good morning, Andy. Lovely to see you. And all those that are still joining us. I'm going to wait a minute just because I want to share the idea that people can follow my train of thought and understand it. So good morning, Peter. Lovely to see you. I know that Estelle from our WhatsApp group is coming on, so we'll wait for Estelle. And in a minute, we'll be able to start. Good morning, David. Thank you for joining us. Welcome, everyone. Reminder that on Sunday mornings, we start at the civilized 9:30. And next week is going to be exceptionally difficult because I'm in Poland on Tuesday. So Tuesday, I will put in the WhatsApp group whether I am doing it or not. Just depends if I've landed. Okay, let's make a start, shall we? Let's make a start. And I want to discuss the Parshas Mishpatim. There's always Parshas Shkolim. So in other words, before Pesach, there are 4 special Shabbases which have a special title and name. And the first one in the series is Parshas Shkolim. Parshas Shkolim, which literally shekel is the coin of Israel. So what is going on? What is this all about? So there is many different angles to explain in relation to Purim. Purim is so much of it evolves around money and in terms of the Jewish people having to give money, our rabbis say, in order to counter the willingness of Haman to give money to Achashverosh to eliminate the Jewish people. So we had to show our willingness to sacrifice our wealth in order to counter the ill effects and the risk posed by Haman to the Jewish people. That's number one. But Machasit HaShekel, this time of year, traditionally in temple times, a half a shekel, going back even further, half a shekel was given, donated as a contribution to the communal pot, as it were, for the sacrifices in the lead up to Pesach. Now, when Moshe heard this law, God told Moshe this law, he was perplexed, he was baffled, he didn't understand it. And the Almighty, the Rebbeinu Shalom, had to perform, as it were, a miracle by showing him a image in the sky of a coin, of a machatzis shekel, of a half a shekel coin, and it was in fire. And everyone, struggles to understand this. It's puzzling, cryptic, because we understand, certain things Moshe had struggled to understand in before this. The Kiddush HaChodesh, the new month, the menorah, both of them the Almighty had to help with, had to show him, as it were, or help create it. But this, a coin, what's the big deal? What's the big deal about a coin? Good morning, Estelle. You're just in time. We're just kicking off the idea. We're saying that this is a special Shabbat, Machatzis Shabbat Shkolim, and therefore, because it commemorates the Jewish people giving half a shekel all the way back when, and Moshe, when he first received this commandment, this law, this mitzvah, he didn't quite, he struggled with it. He struggled to understand, get his head around it, why God would want us to give machatzis a shekel, and therefore God showed him a half a shekel in fire. Okay, good morning, Rebecca. So why is it there was this difficulty of Moshe, and what exactly was this idea? In fact, our rabbis say that the machatzis a shekel, that the Almighty kept them from under the throne of glory, and that's very strange. Under the Kisei HaKavod, of all the things to keep under your throne of glory, why would you keep, these coins? Why wouldn't you? We know that's the place where the souls of each and every one of us come from. You keep things that are close to you, that are most precious, that are most dear. Why would you keep these half of the machatzis a shekel, or half a shekel? And our rabbis explain that many angles to this. I'm not sure which one I'm going to take, but let's try. The first point to say is that Moshe was struggling to get his head round. It wasn't conceptually, what does a half a shekel look like? That wasn't the issue. He was struggling to see and to understand that giving something such as money could be something that could be sanctified, something that could be holy. Yeah, Moshe, remember, we're dealing with somebody who was able to purify and live a very spiritual, holy life. And for him, money was, we know money corrupts, and therefore it is one of the most materialistic earthly possessions. And yet, God was showing Moshe that even a coin, if the Jewish people give it with fire, and that's why there was fire surrounding this image in the sky that God showed Moshe, if the Jewish people are able to give it, not just give a coin, but elevate that giving through giving it with fire, with passion, with enthusiasm, with the purest of motives, with the right intentions. I want to contribute to the greater good. I want to give to the sacrifices in the temple. I want to make a difference. I want to be part of something bigger than myself. Then that can be something which is truly holy and precious for God. Why half a shekel? Why half a shekel? So many ideas. One idea, of course, is that to recognize that as part of the people, part and parcel of being the Jewish people, is that we are only a half. However capable we are, however talented we are, sometimes, the ego can become expansive as it feels that I'm accomplishing, I'm doing, I'm achieving, and we need to recognize and to put things in the right perspective that we're only a half. We're part of something much bigger, greater than ourselves in terms of the vista of history and in terms of the Jewish people. But also, Rav Biederman suggests a beautiful idea. I think it's in the name of the Chidushei Arim, the great Hasidic master, the Gera Rebbe. He says as follows: a person needs, this was after, we have to understand the backdrop. This was given after the Chet HaEgel, the sin of the golden calf. That was when the Jewish people were commanded to give it. And the people needed to know that you're not expected to be whole. You may only be a half. You may be broken. You may be imperfect. You may have your foibles and your faults. Nonetheless, if you give it with fire, if your contribution is with great zeal, zest, enthusiasm, then that has a special place even beneath the Kisei HaKavod, the throne of glory. And that is a phenomenally important, timeless message for each and every one of us. It's not what we do, it's the way that we do things in life. You can have two people that are making contributions, be it their time or be it their resources. One does it with great gusto, great enthusiasm, great excitement. It comes to putting out the kiddush, it comes to coming to help set up a program, a Friday night dinner, coming to a share, helping people in the community, doing the rotas for the chesed, the kindness, and Woodside Park Cares, and all the other things. You can do it dragging your feet, disgruntled, frustrated that you've got to give something of yourself and that it's putting you out, it's changing your timetable. Or you can do it with great excitement. I've got an opportunity to help somebody. I'll give whatever I've got, whatever we've got in the tank. That's what we've got to use to serve the Almighty, to serve the Rebbeinu Shalom. So that, in short, is our blessing for each and every one of us, for each and every one of you, that please God, we should be able to take this dual aspects of the machatzit shekel, of the half a shekel on Shabbos Shkolim to heart, and we should be able to internalize and to apply it to our daily lives. The idea that we should recognize that we're not meant to do it all alone. We're only a part, we're only a half. And therefore we have to recognize that we have to look around us and take responsibilities as part of a people. We also have to recognize the importance of the fact that it is a coin, but with enthusiasm, with zrizus, with zest and zeal, then we can transform even the most mundane to something spiritual. And the third message, sorry, there were three, is the idea of the Chidushei Arim, that even after Chet HaEgel, even after the sin of the golden calf, we were in the lowest of places, a place of darkness, a place when we were feeling a state of paralysis, and yet We were able to pick ourselves up. God doesn't expect us to be perfect. He has enough angels. He's expecting us just to do our best and to give our all, to do whatever we've got. And that means even if we're a half, which is what we are able to give of what we have and to do it with great enthusiasm and excitement. And in that way, please God, we'll see Binyan Beis HaMikdash, we'll see a rebuilding of the Beis HaMikdash, an end of the exile, and only good things for us and all of the Jewish people. Have a wonderful Shabbos. Shabbat Shalom. Take care, everyone. See you very soon.